Jeremy Grant is headed to Denver in exchange for a first-round pick. How about
so many moves being made right now. It is the exciting time for the NBA.
The 25-year-old shot a career high from three-point range on his way to a career high in points in just under 14 a game. The Nuggets, one of TD's contenders in 2020, surely got stronger with this addition. As for the Thunder, their roster starting to have some glaring holes to fill. Grant started 77 games for them last season. Of course, Paul George, first-team All-NBA performer for them, also gone. So OKC down to two starters in the matter of days, and reports are picking up
and one of those
Russell
guys,
Westbrook, yes,
might be leaving. Russell has done so much for that organization. 11 years being there, the finals, Western Conference Finals, MVP, 3 years of triple doubles in a row. So he's done so much, but the community will be missed if he leaves. He's given his all.
So the new word for him today is the fact that Westbrook reportedly has agreed to start looking for a trade, and also Sam Presti has agreed to start looking to trade him. So if that's the case, for Russell Westbrook and company, when should this happen? When could this happen?
I think it needs to happen, especially before the season starts, because you want to give him time to be able to make his move, transition to wherever he decides to go. But he's done so much. You're going to be professional about talking to him and kind of finding the destination that fits his game, and also knowing that he's done so much for that organization, that he's been the guy that's been the face of OKC for 11 years. And when you think about what he's done in the community, just how well he's been as a player, it's going to be hard to walk away from a player like Russell Westbrook and get the value in return, because it's going to be tough.
Certainly OKC, if they move Westbrook, in full rebuild mode. And
right.
All of the signs seem to be pointing to that. The Lakers with a considerable pickup, using their room exception to sign Avery Bradley, a two-time All-Defensive Team member, has started all but 4 games that he's played in the last 5 years. Will he assume that same role on this team as a starter?
I like that pickup. He's a really good defender. He knows how to play in the pick and roll, and then he brings the experience to this team that when you think about where they're at right now, they're signing guys to 1- and 2-year deal. He's a solid piece to come off the bench, but we also know he can be inserted into that starting lineup as well.
So will he start?
I still think Danny Green is going to start. I think Danny Green will be your shooting guard, and we might have a special guy that's been playing the point guard for many, many years. He might be your point, but also you have Rondo that's there. He brings the leadership and also the championship pedigree that he has.
All right, let's take a look at the reported starting lineup for the Los Angeles Lakers next season.
Ooh.
And there you go, the guy you said, Danny Green there, Kyle Kuzma, Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, and the key to this, LeBron James at point guard. Now, here's the thing, okay? LeBron has always initiated the offense, but the report came out that he is going to have a new role, quote, as the point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. How is that any different than what he did in Miami or Cleveland?
He has been the point forward his whole career in the NBA. It's what he's good at. He's great at facilitating, getting guys shots from outside. He puts so much pressure on the defense that when you have shooters around him, and that's where he's been able to win championship, because you surrounded him with the right guys, and it gives him driving lanes, because now you can't stop him at the boxes and elbows.
Well, LeBron has averaged 8 assists or more in each of the last 3 years. The only time he did that before in his career was back in 2009, 2010. So really, this is the stretch in which we see him assisting the most in his career. Has he already assumed this role the last 3 years, and we just are now giving him that name?
No. He's always been at, even when you think about the way he scores, when you think about a player that scored over 30,000 points, that means he is a scorer, but also he's a facilitator. He controls the offense, whether it's in transition, in the half-court set. He's the best I've seen when it comes to driving and kicking out the three-point shooter. And then just that size, you can't teach the length of athleticism, and he has the best vision. His vision is like Magic Johnson, because once he gets out in transition, he's looking for not only shooters, but guys to finish at the basket. And if they're not there, he can finish himself at the basket.
Certainly Avery Bradley, another guy with a career three-point percentage over 35%. I believe it's at 36% for his career. So those guys around LeBron James,
it will get better.
Now, all guys that can shoot that outside shot. The free agency frenzy between the two teams in L.A., it continued today. We know about Avery Bradley. The Clippers brought back JaMychal Green with a 2-year, $10 million deal. The 28-year-old came over from Memphis last season, shot 40% from three-point range on 6 attempts a game with L.A. last year. We talked about this after the trade, the Clippers needing some depth up front and bringing him back.
Yeah, I really like JaMychal. JaMychal is a versatile player. He can pick and pop. He can defend down low. He can put the ball on the floor. And what he brings, like I said, with that team is he's another body, but he brings toughness. And we see a team that's putting together a really good bench. We know what the duo is going to do once they're on the court. But now you're talking about putting guys out that can make shots, that can make plays, and it's going to make it easy for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard when they're on the court that this is a player that we can trust. He has that experience just getting into the playoff, but just brings that length and athleticism there.
TD Green provided floor spacing as a stretch four down the stretch for the Clippers. How valuable is that with Kawhi and PG? I know they can shoot from outside, but to have a 4/sometimes he played the 5, be able to shoot the 3. And he took 6 threes per game in those last 24 games.
Well, the way the game is now, you want to have lanes to drive because now you're having 2 of the best playmakers in the game. We know how well they play defense, but when you get in a half-court set, you want to make sure that you have wings and guys in the corners that can make shots. And he opens up the floor because these guys are going to be able to get by their man. And if you have solid three-point shooter, it's going to give them a chance to even drive more, get to the foul line. But you need to have someone you can kick the ball out to that is over the 35% range from the three-point line. And that's what they have established. And then just having guys like Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell, those are players that coming off the bench, you know they can get you 25 to 50 on a nightly basis. So now they have established that bench, kind of like what Toronto did with Kawhi Leonard, is that we can have one star player, but we need our role players to understand their role, but also be able to score when they step on the court and defend.
Well, the Clippers finished last season second in three-point percentage, right? The Lakers, 29th in the league. Have they closed that gap a bit? And I'm comparing these two teams because, as you pointed out, these are the two favorites right now in the West. And shooting from outside is going to be a huge key. It's
going to be critical, but we have to give them at least a couple of months of playing with one another because the chemistry with the Lakers, you have inserted a lot of players that have played other places, have done well. So how can we get these guys to play the right way, but also know what their role is? I think when you look at the Clippers, they have established guys on their team that have been shooters. And now it's about, can these guys continue to keep playing the same way they're playing with the 2 stars on their team? And I think with LeBron, he's definitely going to make sure that he's going to find those shooters. He's such a great facilitator. He's going to make the game easier for everyone.
Well, the team that we can't overlook out west, the team that's been in the 5 Western Conference Finals, right? The Warriors, we say that every night because they made more moves as well with the Atlanta Hawks. They traded forward Amari Spellman to Golden State for Damian Jones in the 2nd-round pick. Golden State also picked up free agent Alec Burks, who spent the first 7 years of his career in Utah, but was traded to the Cavs and the Kings last season. The 2nd pick in the 2014 draft, Jabari Parker signed a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Atlanta Hawks. Tony, what do you make of the Hawks' moves, seeing that they made 2?
They're really trying to secure that wing position. And when you bring Jabari Parker over, you bring a guy that put the ball on the floor, long and athletic, finishes at the basket, and he brings experience. And that's what they need right now because they're building a really good team here in Atlanta, and I like their pieces. When you can add a player like Jabari Parker, he gives you another player from the outside that can make shots, but also a guy that he can go down low and post, but now you have depth. That's what Atlanta's working with, depth now.
Well, coming up next, we know about Zion Williamson sitting out of Summer League, but that other draft pick they had in the top 10, don't try to...
Coverage of the 2019 MGM Resorts NBA Summer League continues today on NBA TV.
New Orleans Pelicans, Chicago Bulls, Zion Williamson sitting out, number 1 pick in the draft. A lot of talk about him, rightfully so, but how about the 8th pick in the draft? Jackson Hayes. And the 17th pick, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's the one dropping the dimes to Hayes. But Hayes, he announced his presence right here.
Body, yes.
Non-business decision.
Yes, it was.
By Michael Mulder. Maybe get out of the way next time.
He might be a steal in the draft. He was long and athletic, but this finish,
2 hot flyers down in New Orleans, and Jackson Hayes and Zion Williamson. Kobe White, the 7th pick in the draft. Finished with 25 points in this game, averaging 20 over his last two. Looking
like his
comfortable.
ability to score, put the ball on the floor, can run the pick and roll, sees the floor well, and he is speedy going down the court.
Are you talking about Kobe White or that guy, Nikhil Alexander Walker? You've been familiar with him for a while.
Yes, I have. For 2 years now, getting a chance to see him play last year and then working with him right before the draft this season. Knows how to play the game. Great IQ, understands how to play the pick and roll, his size, shot-making ability. And then Jackson, he's going to be a steal if he's able to get that playing time. That's what's going to give him opportunity.
23 points, 8 assists for Nikhil Alexander Walker, 28 points, 3 blocks for Jackson Hayes, 10 for 15 from the field. What do you like about their synergy?
They have a great chemistry. You can tell two young players that are feeding off of one another, but just how they're able to understand the game. Jackson just finishes everything around the basket. And Kill, the way the game is now, how he's able to play the pick and roll. He can shoot. He has range, and his size give him the ability to see over smaller defenders. And then just the way they approach the game. And then getting the playing time right now. So they're going to have great synergy and great chemistry as that season starts down in New Orleans.
David Griffin with the Midas touch. All of these guys look like gold right now. Washington, Brooklyn, a 9th pick in the draft. Rui, Hachimura, Tony. He might have the chance to start his rookie year, and he's showing us why.
He is solid. Like I say, he was well coached at Gonzaga, and then having a coach like Mark Few gave him, you can tell he was improving every year, but just his feel for the game. I mean, great size, length, and he can make shots from the outside.
We have a good one here. Brooklyn ahead by 3. Up that count is Josh Gray. Gets 2 of his 19. And so Brooklyn takes a 3-point lead and up in that count to a 5-point lead. But Rui Hachimura, 19 points, 7 rebounds, takes the dime here, finishes at the basket. Tanan Musa misses the free throw, but this is why you play both ends of the floor. 3-point game, time running out. Look at Musa. The
nice
block
talent
to end it. Brooklyn gets the win, 88-85. He's feeling redeemed after that missed free throw. Cleveland, Boston, Carson Edwards. You know, there's value late in the first round, early in the second round, 33rd pick in the draft with the bucket there.
Shot maker. He can knock it down from outside, and we saw him in the NCAA tournament. Was hot on fire.
How about an undrafted guy, Taco Fall, hustling out there for the Celtics. Little jump hook.
Nice
Got a
little
package.
game, yeah.
7'6", can't get tight.
Might be a chance. There might be a chance for him.
26th pick, Dylan Windler, 14 points in the game for him. Then back to Carson Edwards, that 33rd pick. A lot of guys putting in work. Javonte Green with the exclamation point there. Let's see it one more time.
Read that defense.
But Taco Fall, our guy, because he didn't miss a shot. 5 for 5 from the field. 12 points.
Just throw it to the rim. I can guarantee you he'll catch it somewhere along the way.
Tobias Harris in the house to watch his young fellas on the court. How about Hamidou Diallo?
And we know Hamidou has hops.
Where do you go to school?
Kentucky.
He's not just a leaper, though. Look at that range.
Shot has improved. We didn't see this in college, but now when you get on the NBA level, you have time to work on your craft, and that's what he's been doing.
Another high flyer, Zaire Smith. Looking to contribute more his second year, played just 6 games his rookie season, and every time we see him on this show, he's throwing them down.
Ooh, knocking them down deep from the outside, can put the ball on the floor. There are so many long athletic players now. This game is definitely for longer guys, but guys that can pass, dribble, and make plays for their teammates.
So this game went into overtime, and the Thunder come out on top, 84-81. Speaking of guys that missed a big... According to Shams Charania, Jarrett Culver, the Minnesota Timberwolves lottery pick, will not play in the Las Vegas Summer League. 6th pick is reportedly healthy, but the organization would like him to fully integrate himself into their system before taking the court. It's okay. They got enough guys to get out there and play in the Las Vegas Summer League. The Bucks and the Timberwolves facing off. Josh Okogie, one of those guys, ready to bring his A game. So is Naz Reid, showing the hustle and finishing around the basket.
Yes, you have a high-energy guy, knows how to play, and understands his role.
Same thing with DJ Wilson, who got quality minutes for the team with the best record in the league last year, the Milwaukee Bucks, knocking down the three.
Yeah, when you come back, it builds confidence. Now you're going against the one-year players that's trying to find their game, especially on this next level.
Okogie, the aforementioned player there, falling down, left the game but did return. How about Elijah Bryant? Here's a guy who played in Israel last year, looking for an opportunity to come back. Scored 31 points, led all scores.
Knocking it down, knowing his range, and great find, seeing him in the corner.
Jordan McLaughlin.
Swifty, nifty move, driving to the basket, finish.
This is the regular season, be Smitty's under the rim nominee. Lonnie Walker, a guy who played just 17 games his rookie campaign with a torn meniscus.
He has a lot of game.
Absolutely. I mean, that bounces it. You can't tell that he had any sort of major injury last year. Looks fully healthy.
That means he's young. We know he's athletic, but getting the chance to play for the Spurs, they're teaching him how to play the game the right way.
And it's consistency. Leading the break there, give and go, giving back, and then giving it again. Every night in Summer League, he's looked like this. He's been impressive.
I think he's just taking advantage of the opportunity, but also playing with confidence. And that confidence comes with staying in the gym, working on your craft, and knowing what you do well, and then applying it to when you step on the court.
Could be a difference maker for the Spurs this upcoming season. 32 points for Lonnie Walker. Jordan Lloyd played 12 games for the Raptors last year. There he is, scoring, getting some buckets. Spurs win 93-90. Indiana and Detroit, Victor Oladipo, wish him a healthy recovery from his nasty injury. Yo, the talented family, the holidays, Justin, Drew, and there's Aaron. Beautiful finish. 20 points, 4 assists for him. You feel like he's going to have a breakout season.
I think he will. You know, just getting a chance to watch the game last year, but just having a brother in Drew that knows how to play the game. You can just learn so much from watching your big brother play that it's going to give you playing time and build more confidence.
He was denied there, and that's Jared Uthoff finishing with 17 points. Matt Costello adding 20 in Detroit. They win 102-84. Sacramento, Dallas. Kyle Guy is another guy we keep seeing on highlights every night. The most outstanding player of the Final Four. And the transition three, stop and pop.
Quick release. Once again, you got a guy that's bring a championship swagger with him, but just his ability to make plays, knock down shots from the outside, and he has great depth when he steps on the court.
You mentioned knocking down outside shots. Cameron Payne, 32 points, 7 for 12 from three-point range. Making
He's filling it up from the outside. He's happy that he's get some playing time and quality minutes for him.
Check out the three and the free. Not your traditional way. Kyle Guy knocks down the shot, someone else gets fouled and gets the free throw. Kings, though, they get the victory 105-100.
A lot of nice young talent.
Time for the three-point performance of the night presented by Mountain Dew. This is the guy we just saw. Cameron Payne knocked down 7 three-pointers in 12 attempts to lead the charge for the Dallas Mavericks. And it's there now. How about Feng Shuai, the crossover, the moves, the finish in the English.
Shifty around the basket.
4.9 seconds to go. The alley-oop.
Perfect play. Oh.
No. China gets their first win of Summer League, 84-80 over the Charlotte Hornets. Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, D'Angelo Russell knows a thing or two about both of those teams.
Yes,
a little history.
He does.
Jordan Poole.
I like this young player from Michigan.
Oh, playing some defense, making it work at the other end, going all by himself. I don't need my teammates.
Speed, different gears he has.
23 points for Jordan Poole. Maybe they didn't get the memo. Don't leave him wide open.
Nice outside shot. Looks good.
Coming off the screen, going back door. Okay, so they did get the memo that he's dangerous outside.
Yes, reading the defense. Mm-hmm. Great cut.
Oh, Smiley throwing it down.
Off the ground.
Golden State with a 6-point lead, but it's Poole putting it away.
Yes.
88-80.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
That was 9 years ago today that LeBron James in the decision occurred. It's great to see LeBron with his full head of hair.
Yes, he didn't have the beard, but you got to think about what LeBron did. He took charge of his career, and he wanted to put himself in position to be a title contender going down to Miami. Gave him his first title, then he wins another one. Then he goes back to Cleveland.
Does he get credit as being the pioneer of this current free agency fever that we see now?
Absolutely. I think these players are in position that they have leverage, and they took a page out of his book and started putting themselves in position not only to play with guys, but be in the city that they love.
Yeah, when we go back and we look at history, we're going to say LeBron James, the decision, but how long is it going to last? We're in the middle of it now. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, so many all-stars switching places.
Great players are doing it.
All right, he's Tony Delk. I'm Chris Miles. This has been Game Time. It's been fun, my friend.
I've enjoyed it.